Hi there, Aquaba, and welcome. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm sharing my flavorful okra stew with chicken recipe. It's quick, simple, and absolutely delicious. So join me and let's get started. I will steam it with a blended mix of onion, garlic, and ginger for the perfect base flavor. And for seasoning, I'm adding salt and some Maggi seasoning to taste. And some water goes in, and then I'll let it cook until the chicken is tender and full of flavor. After about 45 minutes of cooking on medium heat, the chicken is now tender and flavorful, so I'll go ahead and set it aside. It will be added to the okra stew base later. Now here's what you need for the stew: some pepper, garlic, fresh tomatoes, and onion. I'll give them a quick rinse, blend them into a smooth mix, then add it to the palm oil already heating up in the pan. We will then fry this on medium heat, stirring occasionally until it thickens up and most of the moisture is gone. This step helps bring out the flavors and makes a rich base for our stew. Now while the stew base cooks, I will get started on chopping my fresh okra here. You can use frozen okra if that's what you have on hand. It works fine and saves time. But fresh okra is my go-to because it has a vibrant color, better texture, and that perfect slimy consistency that's key to this dish. And when chopping, try to aim for small, even pieces to help it cook evenly and blend well into the stew. And we cannot forget about the fresh spinach. It adds nutrients, great texture, and complements the okra perfectly. So I'll chop and rinse it to add to the okra here shortly. Back to the stew, it's coming along beautifully. Now is the perfect time to add the chicken. Give it a good mix to combine everything, and then we'll let it cook for a few minutes here to allow the flavors to meld together nicely. Okay, once it simmers for a few minutes, check back to adjust your seasonings as needed. Avoid adding extra seasonings before the chicken goes in, as the chicken and the stock are already infused with so much flavor. Next, we will cook the okra. I will add some chopped onion for some extra flavor and a bit of water. Once the okra comes to a boil, I will add the spinach right away and let them cook together for about 2 to 3 minutes here on medium heat. This helps keep the okra tender and the texture intact. Finally, it's time to bring everything together by adding the cooked okra and spinach to the stew. We'll stir everything together well to incorporate the okra and spinach into the stew base. Okay, so then we'll allow it to simmer on low heat for about 3 to 5 minutes to allow the flavors to meld beautifully, and also be careful not to overmix as we want to maintain the okra's slimy texture. And also at this point, you can do your final taste test and adjust your seasonings if needed. Once it's all well combined and flavorful, the stew is ready to be served. And friends, that's how I make the best slimy okra stew with chicken. It's pretty easy and straight to the point, I hope. If you enjoyed watching it and found the video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you have any questions. And remember to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Thank you, and until next time, stay safe and blessed always.